up?
Sure.
We got a
Thank you
couple.
so much, James. Great job, as always.
Nope. Okay, you got 2 minutes. We ran out of time, but you were patient, so.
All right.
Are you going to stand up? Go for it.
I sure hope so.
Go ahead, do it.
Hello, my name is Brannagan. Brannagan the Shenanigan. When I eat breakfast in the morning, I go, oh man, Brannagan. So, what I do for work is I'm a school photographer. I drive out to all the schools for picture day. And boy, I tell you, something needs to change with the public school system here because I know I was a slow kid as a child. I know. Son, these kids, man, put your feet on 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Come on, little Jimmy, you can do it. Work with me, come on. Today, this little old teacher, she was from the age somewhere between 80 and 200. She came up to me and she said, "Can I ask you a personal question?" And I'm like, yeah, what is it? And she said, "Do you drink?" And I'm like, "No." She goes, "Well, it's time you start." And so things are very expensive these days. And I just bought some pens and they cost like $80. So just some pens. And one of my coworkers said, "Hey, Brannagan, do you have a pen I could borrow?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I just bought this pack. It only costs $80. Yeah, sure." So I let her borrow the pen for the day. And then she goes, "Can I keep it?" And I'm like, the audacity, like, 80, things are expensive, man. I let you borrow one of my fancy pens and you're asking to keep it? She goes, "Well, you bought a full pack, didn't you?" I'm like, I bought the full pack. People, man. Let's see here. I had a language barrier the other day, and I went to the grocery store and I needed 1 gallon of milk. 1 gallon of milk. And I see the people, there's a family, and they have 9 gallons of milk in their cart. And I go up to the refrigerator, and there's some milks, but they're all the way in the back. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. This is where the language barrier comes in. I don't speak much Spanish, so I don't know. And I go to this family, they have 9 gallons of milk. I just need 1. And I tried to say, "Hello, sorry, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 milks in your cart. I just need 1. Can I please?" And they had no idea what I'm saying. Now I'm making a whole scene in the grocery store and people looking at me like I'm the jerk. And I'm like, I just need 1. And they're like, they had no idea what I'm saying. And you ever get like a red flag in your head of like, okay, I'm about to cross the line, and then you do the thing and you're like, oh, I probably should have done that. So like I did pick up one gallon out of their cart, and they're like trying to signal. I'm like, "Can I have uno milk?" And then finally they picked up kind of what I was saying. I wasn't trying to be rude or anything. It probably came off that way, but. And then of course, actually one of them, they're like, "Oh, follow me." They just walked into the cooler and grabbed the milk from me. I was like, "Oh, thank you." So, it evened out. And then also at the same time, I was at the grocery store. See, I believe in karma. There's a $100 bill on the ground. And I was like, $100? I mean, I could use it. Times are tough. I just spent $80 on pens. And anyway, so a $100 bill, and I pick it up, and like I have such a guilty conscience like something told me, well, I looked around. I'm like, well, normally somebody would be looking for it, you know, it's $100. But yeah, I went up to the cash register and I'm like, hey, I found this $100 bill on the floor. So I turned it in. And then I went back there about a week later. I'm like, hey, did anybody come and get that $100? Nope, it just went into my till. I'm like, well, that was the donation. You know, it's like regrets, people. But yeah, anyway. So I think that's my time. My name is Brannagan Brooke. Brannagan the Shenanigans. So thanks for having me.